What's up, guys? Sketchy here, coming at you with the 10th episode of Sketchy Unscripted. Yay! I wanted to do a quick episode of Unscripted real quick before this next episode of MLP airs, and given the time that I'm recording this, the episode will probably already finish airing by the time this goes up on YouTube. So, yesterday there was an MLP panel at San Diego Comic Con, and I'm going to be going over the points that they made and sharing my thoughts on them. I'll also be highlighting certain answers from the panel's Q&A that I found to be interesting. So, starting with the notes, it says here that tomorrow, or rather today's episode, will start with Rainbow Power and Luna going into Nightmare Moon mode. If I hadn't already known that this episode was going to be about dreams, this would have been kinda weird, but now that we know it's about dreams, this doesn't sound too far-fetched. So next note was that every season they try to push Flash further and further as their equipment and skills improve. They always challenge themselves to make the episodes more awesome. And by Flash, I don't mean Flash Century. I'm talking about the program that they use to animate this show, which is Flash. Apparently, there's excellent dialogue between Lyra and Bon Bon. Lyra is jealous of Bon Bon staring at Applejack. Well, given that I didn't actually watch the panel, I'm not sure if they're talking about an episode or something that happened during the panel. And I mean, Lyra needs to calm down because Applejack is kind of hard not to stare at. I mean, have you seen her? There was an awesome animatic with a song from Lena Hall. This next one was really interesting. Apparently, Fluttershy has a brother and we'll be seeing him soon. So this is definitely something that I'm looking forward to. And with that, Rainbow Dash is now the only main six pony who is either an only child or has a sibling that we haven't seen yet. There's also more Apple Family stuff on the way with a heartwarming Eve episode on the way for it, and this is because there's going to be a half season break after this episode airs today. So we got some waiting to do before we get more pony. Season 6 is currently being recorded. We may see the return of a villain or two, but not in the way we think. Jason Thiessen is currently working on the 2017 MLP movie. There's a new character coming called Orchard Blossom, and apparently Megan thinks that she's hilarious. Well, I guess we'll be the judge of that when we finally see her. Given the name, she might be an Apple Family relative, but we can only speculate at this point. Like, we don't even have any designs of her yet. And of course, Starlight Glimmer is coming back. I mean, this is something that most of us were kind of already expecting, given one, the end of the season 5 premiere, and two, her little cameo in Amending Fences. The aforementioned animatic has been released. I have not watched it yet. I plan on watching it after I watch today's episode. But moving on from the notes and on to the follow-up Q&A, there was a question regarding whether or not we'd see Pinkie Pie's sisters, and the answer was that Maud and all the Pies will be making a major appearance. Another question was, when will season 5 be on Netflix? Since they're taking a half season break, July 31st is when the first half of season 5 will be available on Netflix. There was a question regarding whether or not Cadence and Shining will have a foal, and there was a very long maybe. And there was another ad that I saw where Megan kind of hinted at that too. So I'm not sure how to feel about this. This is a interesting concept. I'm not sure how this will go over. It depends on how they write it. There was a question that said, what would happen to each of the main six if the rain boom did not happen? And they said, wait for the finale. So that is something that arouses interest, to say the least. I mean, Cutie Mark Chronicles is one of the strongest episodes in the series, and it would be fitting for M.A. Larson to write this finale episode since it discusses what would happen if the rain boom didn't occur. A question about will they bring Sunset Shimmer back into the pony world, and they said that they have played around with the idea, so it is a possibility. No promises though. And then, is Discord going to appear in Equestria Girls? And they said, you will see. That could mean that he is, or it could mean that they're trolling. And given the show staff's history, it honestly could be either or. So that's pretty much it for the SDCC Pony panel. This is a really interesting one, and it's definitely got me excited to see what we're gonna get from not only the second half of season 5, but from the show going further. Like, this is the first time where we've had a half season break, so it makes me wonder what is going on. Like, why? There has to be a reason, is what I'm getting at. But what did you guys think about this panel? Let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts? What are you most excited for? Are there any questions that I skipped that you thought were interesting? Go ahead and share your thoughts down below. Don't forget to hit me up on Tumblr. Until next time, keep it sketchy, folks.